A knowledge base is instantly useful for both your customers and support agents. Its ease of use and the independence it gives to customers is unmatched by any other support channel. No matter how big or small your company is, no matter which industry you're in, you can never go wrong with a knowledge base. In fact, 40% of consumers prefer self-service over human contact. Hi, I'm Akshara from Freshworks Academy. In this video, I'm going to take you through everything you need to know about a knowledge base. What is a knowledge base? A knowledge base is a collection of information about your product or service in the form of articles or videos. Customers can use your knowledge base to solve their issues and to learn how to use your product or service. Often, it's a part of a company's self-service portal or website. Where do I even start? That's a great question. Ask any agent in your team which customer questions they keep answering again and again. They will be able to come up with a list of questions they spend most of their time on. It could be something simple as questions based on password resets or refund policies. This is a great place for you to start. Convert these topics into frequently asked questions and make it available to your customers. Apart from talking to agents, you can find out what your customers need the most by looking through your support tickets from the past month or week. You can even look at search terms about your product or service. Make a list and start adding articles that answer these questions to your knowledge base. Another popular section, which will definitely be of use, is a series of onboarding articles that help customers get started with your products or services. Talk about what your product can be used for, its various features, and how to set them up. You can write articles for the various steps involved in adopting your product and using it. Organize them based on functionality so that customers who visit your support portal can find them easily. Depending on your needs, your knowledge base can include articles about troubleshooting issues, information about policies and leases, feature updates, and more. All you need to keep in mind while populating your knowledge base are your customers' needs. How do I get people to use my knowledge base? You want both your employees and customers to adopt your knowledge, and to that end, the first step is to make sure that they're aware of its existence. Here are some examples about how you can educate your customers about your knowledge base. Ask your agents to always mention the knowledge base while replying to a customer ticket. Tell them to link their reply to a helpful solution article. Add links to related articles on your website. For instance, if your customer is looking at one of your products, having a link to an onboarding page can help. Similarly, if you're confident that a large percentage of customers will find what they need in your knowledge base, you can have them go through the articles before revealing the support email or phone number. Whenever a feature is released or a new policy is introduced, make sure to promote the related solution article along with the feature. A guide to writing a great knowledge base article. The next and most important question, perhaps, what makes for a good knowledge base article? Before you write the article itself, you have to do a great deal of research. You have to make sure you understand what you're writing about, figure out what irks your customers most, and structure your article in a readable manner. To this end, having a style guide and a set of guidelines to write a knowledge base article would help. This will include details about the language and tone to be used, the ideal structure of the article, and more. You can create this based on your company's needs. There are 4 things you need to keep in mind. Understand your user's pain points. Anticipate your user pain points and questions and eliminate them in your knowledge base article. Try the entire step-by-step procedure yourself. Make a note of where you got stuck and which steps were confusing. Cover these scenarios in your article to help customers who are facing similar problems. Right for the average user. A long-term user would know more about your product or service than someone new. You can cater to both categories by splitting your content into multiple articles. One can give readers a primer on the topic, while the others, linked to the first, can help those who want detailed information. Cater to different kinds of learners. Some like to learn using images, while the others like to read. Your article can contain multiple elements that cater to these different types of learners. If you have the resources, you can even add a video at the end of every article. Eliminate the writer bias. Remember that your customers do not know the product as well as you do. Put yourself in the customer's shoes, rethink the assumptions that you make while writing the article. Apart from these general pointers, here are some basics of tech writing to keep in mind. Talk like your users talk. Do not use excessively complex language or technical jargon in your articles. Be straightforward. Your articles need to be easily understandable in one read. When you're writing for your support portal, remember that you're not trying to sell. Selling or upselling in a support article is a bad idea. Treat every article like a mini onboarding process. Start by explaining the broader idea. Use examples and then dive into specifics. Remember to format your article. Lists, lines, and tables are your best friends. Don't make it hard for your users to find out what a feature cannot do or what a service does not cover. For example, if your app does not run on Windows, say it. If a service is available only on the highest plan, mention it clearly. Make sure your article is search engine optimized. For tips on SEO, check the link in the description. How do you measure the success of your knowledge base? A few days after your article is published, you can figure out if it's actually helping your agents and customers. Here are some metrics to watch out for. Ticket deflection. Look at how many tickets you used to get on a particular issue before you implemented or improved your knowledge base and compare it to how many you get now. Compare this to the page visits to the relevant knowledge base article. This will give you an idea of how useful your articles are to your audience. Failed searches. Track how many users access your knowledge base and then immediately go ask your customer support team for help. This shows that a particular article might not be enough to help your users solve their issue. Internal usage. If your support team increasingly refers to your knowledge base while replying to customers, it can mean that they are confident enough about its effectiveness and quality. Customer journey. Track how readers land on your knowledge base. Was it through a web search or a link in your product? This will help you see how exactly they look for answers as well as which parts of your knowledge base are really popular. Feedback. Have a simple rating scale at the end of your article. You can have an option for customers to write additional comments while they submit their response. You can act on this qualitative feedback immediately. Designing your K-base using knowledge base architecture. Knowledge base architecture defines the organization of information in such a way that your users can find what they need as soon as possible. It's a vast topic and calls for another video by itself. Meanwhile, here are some guidelines to keep in mind. Make titles and headlines more prominent so users are always aware of where they are on your site. Article titles should be concise and must contain keywords to improve findability. Ensure that your categories are orderly and have clear names. Interlink related articles. Go through your articles and find out if you can link it to any other solution articles. Then, go through other related articles and provide links to the new article. This will allow your users to quickly access related sections and information. When it comes to navigation, try and show your users a map of your entire site from where they can navigate as they wish. I hope you enjoyed this quick crash course on the basics of a knowledge base. Are you going to implement a new one or improve on an existing one? Let us know in the comments below along with your takeaways from this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. For more useful content, enroll in Freshworks Academy. The link is in the description. Until next time, bye and happy supporting.